In this video, we'll embark together on a fascinating journey to learn all about Algeria, a surprising country located in North Africa. Get ready to discover the rich history, culture, geography, and current challenges of this enchanting place. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and comment which country you'd like to see in the next video. Let's explore the world together. Algeria, officially known as the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria, is the largest country in Africa by land area, covering over 2.3 million square kilometers. Located in the north of the continent, its coast is bathed by the Mediterranean Sea, which contributes to the population concentration in the northern regions. This strategic location not only influences the country's climate and economic aspects, but also makes Algeria a vital link between Africa, Europe, and the Middle East. With a population exceeding 44 million inhabitants, most Algerians live in the urban coastal areas, where the main cities, including the capital Algiers, are located. Algeria shares its borders with 7 countries: Tunisia and Libya to the northeast, Niger to the southeast, Mali and Mauritania to the southwest, Western Sahara to the west, and Morocco to the northwest. This geographic position gives it both geopolitical and economic significance in the Maghreb region and across the African continent. Algeria's strategic location between the Mediterranean Sea and the Sahara Desert has historically made it a crucial hub for trade and migratory flows in North Africa. Today, this position remains relevant, as the country has become one of the main routes used by sub-Saharan African migrants seeking to reach Europe for better living conditions. This reality challenges the Algerian government to address humanitarian and security issues at its borders. In the international political arena, Algeria plays an active and influential role. As a founding member of the African Union, the country participates in key decisions affecting the continent and has stood out in mediating regional conflicts, particularly in Libya and the Sahel region. Additionally, it maintains diplomatic and commercial relations with major global powers such as the European Union, China, Russia, and the United States, reinforcing its position as a strategic player in the political and economic dynamics of North Africa. Algiers, the capital of Algeria, is the country's main political, economic, and cultural center. Situated on the shores of the Mediterranean Sea, the city is home to over 3 million inhabitants and features an urban landscape marked by architectural diversity. French colonial buildings blend harmoniously with elements of Moorish and Berber cultures, reflecting the region's rich historical heritage. Among the city's main tourist attractions is the Casbah of Algiers, an ancient neighborhood with narrow streets and traditional buildings, recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Other notable sites include the imposing Great Mosque of Algiers, one of the oldest in the country, and the National Bardo Museum, which houses significant archaeological and ethnographic collections. These places attract visitors interested in Algerian history and culture, establishing Algiers as a relevant cultural destination in North Africa. Algeria has a rich and complex history, influenced by various ancient civilizations such as the Carthaginians, Romans, and Berber peoples, who left deep marks on its culture and territory. In the 19th century, specifically in 1830, the country was colonized by France, beginning a long period of foreign domination. While this rule brought certain modernizations in infrastructure and administration, it was also characterized by intense conflicts, repression, and exploitation of the Algerian people. The struggle for independence began in 1954, led by the National Liberation Front, and became one of the bloodiest wars in the African decolonization process. After 8 years of resistance and significant human losses, Algeria achieved its independence in 1962. Since then, the country has worked to consolidate its sovereignty, facing political and economic challenges over the decades while preserving a strong national identity built on its history of resistance and cultural diversity. Arabic is the official language of Algeria, used in official documents, education, and public administration. However, Algerian Arabic, a local dialect with influences from Berber, French, and Turkish languages, is the most widely spoken in daily life. This linguistic variety reflects the country's complex cultural history and the coexistence of local traditions with legacies from different historical periods. French, although not an official language, has a significant presence in Algerian society due to the long period of French colonization. It is widely used in educational institutions, media, business, and government sectors. Additionally, Berber is spoken by various communities, mainly in mountainous regions, and has been gaining institutional recognition. English, on the other hand, is growing among young people and in academic settings but remains less common compared to French and Arabic. The Algerian flag is one of the country's main national symbols and carries deep meanings tied to its history and identity. Featuring 2 vertical stripes, green on the left and white on the right, it represents spiritual and ideological values. Green is associated with Islam and hope, while white symbolizes peace and purity. At the center of the flag is a red crescent moon with a five-pointed star, elements traditionally linked to the Islamic faith. Officially adopted on July 3, 1962, shortly after gaining independence from France, the flag became a milestone of the Algerian people's resistance and victory. The red color of the crescent and star refers to the blood shed during the struggle for freedom. More than a national emblem, it expresses the sense of unity and strength of a people who faced decades of colonization and proudly preserve their culture and sovereignty. Algeria boasts remarkable climatic diversity due to its vast territorial expanse and varied terrain. Along the Mediterranean coast, the predominant climate is Mediterranean. In this region, summers are typically hot and dry, while winters are mild and wetter, favoring agriculture and population concentration. Temperatures are more moderate throughout the year, making this area the most populated in the country. In the Algerian interior, particularly in the regions encompassing the Sahara Desert, the climate is typically desert-like. In these areas, temperatures can reach extreme levels, with very hot days and cold nights. Rainfall is scarce and irregular, limiting agricultural development. This significant contrast between the coast and the interior highlights Algeria's climatic diversity, directly impacting the population's way of life and the distribution of natural resources. Football is the most popular sport in Algeria and holds a central place in the country's culture. Packed stadiums, passionate fans, and strong rivalries between local clubs demonstrate the intensity with which Algerians experience football. The national team, known as the Phoenix, has a respectable record in international competitions, with notable performances in several FIFA World Cup editions, including a remarkable campaign in 2014 when they reached the round of 16 and gained global recognition. Beyond pride in the national team, Algeria also stands out for producing internationally renowned players who, despite representing other nations, maintain strong ties to their Algerian roots. Among the most famous are Zinedine Zidane and Karim Benzema, both idols in France but always fondly recognized by the Algerian people. These athletes symbolize the connection between the Algerian diaspora and their homeland, reinforcing football's role as a cultural bridge and a source of national identity and pride. Algeria draws attention in the Islamic world for its society's significant advancements in women's participation in traditionally male-dominated fields. A notable example is the judiciary, where women hold about 60% of judicial positions, a figure that surprises even when compared to non-Islamic countries. Additionally, women's presence in the legal sector extends beyond the courts, with 70% of lawyers being women, reflecting a shift in the country's professional and social profile. In education, women's prominence is also evident, with approximately 60% of university students being female, demonstrating not only access to education but also growing interest among women in conquering academic and professional spaces. These figures show that, despite still facing cultural and social challenges, Algeria has taken significant steps toward a more egalitarian and progressive society within the Islamic context. Since 1974, Algeria has had a healthcare system that provides free care to the population, representing a cornerstone of the country's public policies. This model aims to ensure universal access to medical services, particularly in urban areas where coverage is broader. Additionally, about 80% of the rural population has access to basic sanitation, a crucial factor in disease prevention and improving quality of life, reflecting the government's ongoing efforts to promote well-being across the nation. In addition to the capital Algiers, cities like Oran and Constantine stand out as important urban centers in Algeria, offering a blend of modern infrastructure and a rich, dynamic cultural life. Oran, known for its historical role and economic activity, is a musical and artistic hub, while Constantine impresses with its unique architecture and striking landscapes. These cities significantly contribute to the country's cultural diversity and economic development, attracting residents and visitors with their numerous attractions and services. Algeria is home to important historical sites that reflect its rich cultural heritage, such as the Roman ruins of Timgad and Gemala, as well as the ancient city of the Kasbah. These sites are recognized as UNESCO World Heritage Sites, standing out for their preservation and the historical value they represent, attracting tourists and scholars interested in antiquity and the country's cultural diversity. In Algeria, there are underground cities over 2,000 years old, used as refuges during times of war. These impressive constructions feature various structures like wells, ovens, and churches, showcasing the ingenuity and need for protection of ancient populations amid the conflicts they faced. Algeria has several environmental protection areas that house unique species of flora and fauna, preserving the country's rich biodiversity. These protected spaces are essential for conserving local ecosystems, ensuring the natural balance and survival of plants and animals not found elsewhere. The Algerian islands in the Mediterranean are enchanting destinations that attract tourists with their natural beaches and paradisiacal landscapes. With crystal-clear waters and preserved environments, these islands offer a tranquil retreat for those seeking contact with nature and leisure amid stunning scenery, contributing to tourism and the appreciation of the country's natural heritage. Algerian cuisine is a rich blend of Mediterranean, African, and Berber flavors, reflecting the country's cultural diversity. Among the most popular dishes are couscous, a staple food, tajine, known for its flavorful stews, korba, a traditional soup, and meat pastries, widely enjoyed during celebrations and everyday meals. These traditional recipes highlight local ingredients and spices that give unique aromas and flavors to the dishes. And with these unique flavors, we conclude our video about Algeria. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment which country you'd like to explore in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next journey.